Hi everybody, Jonathan and Angela Scott, still safely at home here in Nairobi, Kenya. What better place could you ask me? A garden with all those wonderful birds. I share it with you at times on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. But this month, in this episode 6 of The World as We See It, we're celebrating a month of love, a month of the family. And June is a particularly important month to us because on June the 9th, it's the birthday of our son David, who designed so beautifully Sacred Nature 1, our 2016 book, Sacred Nature, Life's Eternal Dance. And then again, our latest book, soon going to be coming off the press, out we hope in August, Sacred Nature 2, Reconnecting People to Our Planet. Another reason to celebrate, wonderful celebration. This is going to be, sadly we won't be there because of COVID. And that is the wedding of David to his fiancée Tori, who did such an incredible job curating the Kickstarter campaign for Sacred Nature 2 and the Sacred Nature Initiative. 28th of June, our daughter Alia's son Michael, our grandson, full of beans, 8 years old, coming up. So full of life, loves going on safari, can honk like a hippo, can whoop like a hyena. And so in this sixth episode, that's because I got that tooth missing. Haven't been to the dentist yet, just can't get there. Sixth episode of The World as We See It, we want to share with you the fact that in this month of June, because of all these celebrations, and remember 20th of June, and don't forget it, Father's Day, certainly in America, in this month of June, right the way through to June, or rather right the way through to the 1st of July, we are offering 25%. Better just be sure about that. Yes, 25% off of 11 beautiful fine art prints, open editions. And these images we selected because they had elements to them which we can equate to, which we can emote to, which we can get emotive about when we think about celebrating life. Because so often when we're on safari, when we're looking and following the marsh pride, or one of the leopards, Bahati or Halftail in the past, or Zawadi, and we get totally immersed in their life, we see many elements that we can connect to. Anger, of course, upset, aggression, love, well, I don't know what else to call it, but certainly caring, fondness, an attention for the little ones, a mother lioness with her cubs, and brotherhood, the bonding between individuals within a lion pride, fatherhood, the nurturing that some fathers put in to protecting their young. And so, without being anthropomorphic, without actually putting human emotions onto wild creatures, because after all, we love them for what they are. They're different, and we respect them. Anyway, we have chosen 11 pictures, and we've given them emotive names. And if you're thinking about a beautiful wedding gift, well, one of these pictures might just be the trick. If you've got a much-loved brother or sister, a father for Father's Day, a mother for Mother's Day, a birthday, then of course one of these images on your wall or on their wall would be the perfect gift. I mean, how many times have you been left sucking your thumb? Oh my goodness, you know, you look through the wedding list, you look through the birthday list, all those wishes and wants, but a piece of nature, a piece of nature that generates emotion, something on your wall that every time you passed it, you think, yes, that's it. Those are the emotions and the thoughts that really inspire me. And so just going through the list, and I've got a list here. So we've got, just because, you know, I'm getting a bit old, Father's Day, yeah. We've got some images, like there's one of the male lion Askari, the marsh pride male, who we filmed for season 1 of Big Cat Tales. And he's just sort of enjoying a couple of the cubs, Moja and Mbi, and actually it was Moja and Solo, 2 little male cubs. They weren't brothers, but they were cousins. And they were just absolutely loving. What else could you call it? I don't know what other ways to describe it. just loving being together and being in the company of this big, tolerant male. It's an absolutely beautiful image. It's a Father's Day image. And another powerful image of a male gorilla, a silverback, who was called Handsome, just looking incredibly big and strong. Somebody you could rely on. Maybe a mentor, that it reminds you of somebody who's been important in your life. You look into the eyes, those hazel brown eyes of a male gorilla, and you feel that connection to our primate relatives. And as I said in our latest book, you feel like getting down on your knees and saying sorry to the natural world for all the grief and destruction and killing, the wildlife trade. And if we're thinking cheetahs, well, great to be actually supporting conservation and thinking about the Cheetah Conservation Fund, of those 300 cubs that are smuggled out of Africa to the Middle East for the pet trade as some exotic animal, cat, to have just prowling around your mansion. 300 cubs. And when you think how hard it is, think about one of these images. My World, we've called it. Honey and Toto, that incredible little cheetah cub, and his mum Honey, who stole the hearts of millions on Big Cat Week. His whole world, you can feel it as he looks at his mum. Beautiful picture of Angie's, beautiful early morning light, looking up, about to greet his mum, and the pleasure that you can see, the connection between the mother and the cub. Just wonderful. Remember that for Mother's Day. And, another one that I love, Follow the Leader. A tiny little lion cub, a tiny little lion cub, who we'd called Kalele, Season 2, Big Cat Tales, following this tiny creature, so vulnerable, following his mum. Just incredible. Following his mum, Little Red, one of the Marsh Pride lionesses. There was Little Red and Spot. Down on Billashakaluga, Spot had 2 cubs, bigger cubs, and Kalele would be there playing and enjoying life and all the rest of it. But just that sense of having a friend, having a relative, having somebody that you can rely on, following in the footsteps of somebody bigger. That lovely idea that when you're big and strong, you reach out to things and people and animals and creatures who are less fortunate or who are weaker than you. We just loved that little cub. He was just so inspiring, as was Toto. Other favourites, Cloudy Eye. Angie's favourite among the Marsh Pride lionesses. Season 1 and Season 2 of Big Cat Tales, and Cloudy Eye just licking her daughter just sort of lifting her head up to receive this greeting, this grooming, this sense of care and protection, the bonding that you see between these animals. And then Shakira, our famous dancing cheetah mum with her 5 cubs. There were 6 when we started filming Big Cat Live, or just before we started filming them. And just that sense, the art of survival, the concentration of those little cubs, 3 of them survived, 3 females, around their mum, who was the center of their world, and the bonding between them, the comfort that they got when they were cold, when they were miserable, when they were hungry, of snuggling together, of having a buddy, having a relative that you care about. And so that's why we think of this month, in this year, June 2021, as a month of love, a celebration of love, a celebration of family. Now, not only is there a sale, 25% off these prints that I've been talking about, and there are others. Honey and Toto, Askari and 2, Cloudy Eye and Daughter, Zawadi and Safi, our wonderful leopards, Leopard in a Tree, How to Relax. Isn't that important? Making time for yourself. Scar, a big male lion with a little tiny cub, just enjoying being in his presence. Buffalo, the bachelors, sticking together. And then Follow the Leader. So for the month of June, 25% off, and very importantly, 10% of any sales made will go to the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, of which we filmed Elephant Diaries Series 1 and 2, 2005, 2006. Could it really be that long ago? Well, yeah. Look at the grey hair. Look at the, hey, the hair's grown, huh? You can see I've been in lockdown. Okay, so that's all from us. But do think about family. Think about love. Think about caring. Think about our animal brethren. Think about all of the people who are close to you and those who maybe aren't. Be compassionate and stay safe. Thank you so much from Angie and myself, and from David and Tori and Michael and Alia, from the whole Scott family. Bye-bye.